Hey guys, welcome back. So, I have so much to tell you, and let's start with the fact that I have managed to understand the workings of my mind to such an extent that I have been erasing what gang stalking has done to me. So, when I went to visit my mom, I I went to Vaughn's to buy some wine to take to her, and I was paying attention to everything that was happening around me. And I noticed that my mind itself was picking the was picking what to pay attention to from everything that was happening around me in order to continue perpetuating the gang stalking narrative. And by that I mean that my mind was, let's say that that the gang stalkers typically use. If I was, just hanging out, my mind, if that would happen in the background, my mind would focus on that sound. And when I observed that, I finally understood what what it means to have your mind working against you. The continuous interruption, the people being rude, the the people getting you upset, all of that is part of the training of your mind on how to get it to work against you. I finally understand how it's done. That is why I was also having such a hard time quitting drugs. It was because of the conditioning. But I think that I actually conditioned myself to be using drugs. But because of the fact that I now understand how the conditioning happened. Um, Now I can actually tell you that just like how easily I quit smoking, you know, drugs are actually now easy to quit now because I use the same principle that gang stalkers were using on my mind. So this is gonna be weird or almost impossible to believe, but in but you can actually, how do you say, the main methodology that gang stalkers use to make you feel angry or anger or to perceive things in a negative manner is actually really simple. I'm gonna tell you in this video. So whenever anyone was makes you upset, especially if it's a gang stalker, I remember they would do this. They would make a banging sound. And they do that through an extended period of time. So what that does is that whenever you hear that sound, your body creates it creates a negative emotion. So let's say that at a I'm looking at someone, right? And someone says thank you. And then at the time that they say thank you, someone does that sound and I feel the negative emotion. I'm gonna interpret the same thank you as a negative. Like I'm gonna interpret it as fuck you. And the thing is that you can actually do the opposite. How? Well, whenever, I spent the last couple of days looking at beautiful things, looking at pictures of money, of people being really beautiful. And every time that I laugh, I've been doing the same thing. I've been banging things, making a sound. And 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 my perceptions are changing. Like, I can literally spend a whole day just doing that. Just switching with that, the meaning of that sound to positive emotions. And that's all you do. So I feel much happier. Now, I have had to reestablish the normal perception of things. And by that I mean that whenever I see a car, I used to perceive it as, oh, it's a gang stalker, So because gang stalking makes you kind of hear your own thoughts. It's something really weird that I'm gonna talk to you about in another video. But with gang stalking, it's something really tough to explain. But when you're like lost in thought, you're the most vulnerable. Your mind is vulnerable to suggestion when you're lost in thought. That's why gang stalkers do things that appear like they're attacking you, or they say one thing when they're trying to say another, and they leave you thinking. They keep you lost in thought. When you're lost in thought is when they whisper, "I like using crystal meth," and then they do the bang, and then that thought kind of just gets attached to the bang and the whisper. And now when you hear the bang, your mind automatically recalls the negative emotion, and it recalls the freaking the thing that was whispered. So whenever you get it has like a multiplier. So whenever you get angry, you feel the physiological emotion, and then the negative emotion pulls down the thought that was recorded. It's really insane. It's really crazy, but it all makes sense logically. So I will tell you later on. Man, there's so many things I have to tell you guys. There's so much to tell you. On my next video, I'm gonna tell you how it all starts. Like, I'm gonna explain to you the entire gang stalking operation from the very beginning, and how it actually starts, and how it actually starts messing with your mind. And yeah, so I will tell you what the things that gang stalkers do are supposed to do to your mind. How they're actually conditioning your mind to work against you. It's really amazing, but this is the thing, is that this same knowledge that they have, I don't understand how some of these gang stalkers can do this to people, but they can actually use this on themselves to be happy and to be the best version of themselves that they possibly can. However, they are very unhappy, At least that's what they appear to me. I wouldn't feel happy if I knew that I was like manipulating someone into their demise. I wouldn't. Well, if you're a target, pay attention to well, if you're a target, I just want you to know that the criticisms that you have, like for example, today I went to the gym and I felt dirty, like I had to shower before working out. But then my mind automatically like attributed the thought of me being dirty as if like a gang stalker would be like telling me, "Oh, you're dirty," when in reality it was my thought, but I for some reason heard it as if it was some other voice, you know, saying you're disgusting. It's like, why does that even happen? And that is the antagonization of your own thoughts. It's actually pretty simple. So now all of those thoughts that were antagonizing me, I changed them. I spent a whole day looking at beautiful pictures and whispering positive things and making the sounds, and I feel so much better now. I even worked myself to like not use drugs anymore. I have had no cravings, and I don't think drugs are going to be a problem anymore. So I can actually dedicate myself to being the best version of myself that I possibly can. And I couldn't be happier. So in this channel, we're going to disclose everything that there is to know about gang stalking, particularly the manipulation of the mind, and how my mind was actually turned against me, and how I'm turning it back to work with me and for me. All right? Thank you guys for watching. Bye.